So this is a little story that I wanted to share. For this past year I've been quite strictly sticking to a diet composed mostly of raw fish, raw eggs, raw dairy, a lot of cooked meat, a little bit of raw meat here and there, not too much, a lot of fruit in summer and autumn, and a lot of honey. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, I've had some potatoes here and there, and spices going with the cooked meat. And some fermented pickles. And that's it. I've had no other vegetables, and not even as much as a slice of bread for a whole year. However, recently I have for free gotten some of the lowest quality, shittiest, most toxic junk food that you can find. And I have decided to experiment on myself a little bit. See how I would react to foods like that. And also, to be completely honest, I was kinda curious to taste those foods again, because foods like that were some of the very few pleasures that I've experienced back in the day when I was young. And I was interested to see what I'll think about the taste and how it makes me feel. So I've had some potato chips and some candy bars, and I didn't really notice any negative health effects from that. Any obvious effects, other than that my shit got a little bit more wet. But I've also had 2 handfuls of jelly beans, just that. And after eating those, for just one night, my insomnia came back. Something that I've had a lot of problems with when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I rarely slept for longer than 4 hours during a single night. And I craved sleep every single day, all day long. But once I finally got the chance to lie down in my bed during the night, I couldn't fall asleep. For some reason my heart started beating fast and I couldn't fall asleep even though I was tired. And that was it. And that was my life for many years. But in the recent years I have fixed that problem and I've been sleeping much better. And I've been falling especially easily recently since I got this job and I have to get up to work before 5 a.m. and I work for 10 hours. Even though I live in a small apartment with a bunch of strangers that I don't know, so it's kind of stressful for me, and I constantly hear noises from them talking or just walking around, and also from some weird machinery that's knocking constantly right next to my head in my wall, I've been falling asleep very easily. And back in the day, even the smallest discomfort would make it impossible for me to sleep, and even in perfect conditions I struggled. So it's been very good for me, but when I ate just 2 handfuls of jelly beans, just your average jelly beans made out of gelatin and covered with some chemicals for the color and the taste, my insomnia came back for just one night and it was just like old times. I ate the jelly beans at around 9:30 p.m. and I don't think I fell asleep until 3 a.m. And what this experiment did for me, I suppose, is it opened my eyes even more on how important getting good food in your life is. It's the most important thing that you can do. And a lot of the problems that I've been going through in my past were caused by bad, shitty junk food. Back in the day I had no idea that my insomnia could be caused by the food that I'm eating. I was always seeking for the causes in other things. Like, for example, not enough physical activity or too much blue light, which I don't think actually has that much of an influence. The best sleeps that I've had in my life were under the bright blue sky in the middle of the day. Getting good nutrition in your life is extremely important. But even when you're not getting good nutrition, which you should, but even when you're not, simply avoiding the bad shit, the toxins, not poisoning yourself every single day, improves every single aspect of your life. And that's it, that's the message of this video. Nutrition is very important, good nutrition, high quality foods. But even when you are incapable of getting them at the moment, simply avoiding the bad stuff helps everything. For the next 2 months I'm planning on eating nothing other than raw meat, raw eggs, frozen wild-caught fish, and some cooked butter since I can't get raw right now. And if I could get my hands on raw milk I would also add it, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. And I can't drink pasteurized milk because I've also experimented with that recently and I pissed out of my ass. so that's out of the question. And I might also have some wild briars if I manage to find more around where I live. And after the 2 months pass, all that I'm going to change is I'm gonna add honey, more raw dairy, and of course once summer hits I'll eat a lot of fruit. And I also want to do some experiments with sauerkraut. And that's about it. I don't ever plan on eating junk food ever again, unless maybe I'm starving and there's nothing else around. And that's it. This is the point in my life when I'm really getting into raw meat. Before I've had it here and there, I tried it, but I never really got seriously into it. And right now I haven't even had cooked meat in a month. Just raw meat every single day. And I've been really enjoying it. It has changed the way that I look upon the world and upon animals. Before, when I saw animals, I didn't really feel any hunter instincts, but now when I see a deer skipping through the forest, I can imagine what the muscles beneath its skin look like, and I gotta say, I wanna eat that. I wanna catch that deer and I wanna taste it. I finally look at animals as food, and that is very interesting. I am really looking forward to when in about 2 months I'll be able to look for some higher quality food and I'll be able to taste organs and maybe bone marrow and stuff. I really can't wait until then. I finally look at raw meat as good food and at animals as food, and I feel like a lot of doors are opening up for me, like nature is finally accepting me. And that is very good. That is what I always wanted. So the point of this video, I guess, is that a lot of the problems that you are going through in your everyday life might be caused by food. Problems that you would never think are caused by food. So that is pretty much it. Do not eat junk food and eat raw meat. That's it.